Hello Android developers, my name is Ajay and today's tutorial will be on animating a bitmap through a canvas on a view. So when animating through a canvas, you can do so on a view or on a surface view. You would create a custom view component when your application does not require a significant amount of processing or frame rate speed. The only time we'd use a surface view and threading is when your application requires a lot of processing, as surface view is much more efficient. So for our purposes today, we'll be using a custom view component. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is we will inherit the view class by creating a subclass called rView, and what this will do, it will allow us to draw on the canvas when we need to. So we'll show this by extending the view class, and this will create some errors. Just hover your mouse over the errors and just import. And over here, we need to add the constructor of our view class. So to animate, we'll also need some properties. So variable declaration, we can have, so obviously we're using a bitmap, so we need to create a bitmap object, and we'll call this image. And we'll also, depending on your choice, you can also use some paint, so we'll instantiate a paint object. We'll declare for now and then instantiate later. We'll call it paint, and of course this will cause another error. Just hover your mouse and import them with graphics. So after we're done that, we will now instantiate the paint object within our view constructor. So how we'll do that is this. Alright, so it's time to initialize the image, but before that you want to make sure that you have the image, the specific image that you're going to animate, within the drawable folders that's in your rest folder, which is in your specific project. So now to access these drawable folders that has a specific picture, we want to use a bitmap factory. So now we'll initialize the picture. So this is the following code. Alright, so we have our paint and we have an image that we want to display on the canvas. So now it's time to draw on the canvas, and to do so we want to override the onDraw method from the view class. So to do so, we want to right click on source, override implement methods, and type in onDraw and choose this method over here. Okay, so now that we've overridden the onDraw method, now we can draw on the canvas. So as you can see here, within the parameter of the onDraw method, a canvas has been passed, and within this canvas we will be drawing. So the first thing I want to do is set the color of the canvas. So what I'll do is draw color, call the color class, and set it to white. The next thing that I want to do is draw the actual bitmap. So what I'll do is canvas.draw bitmap, and the one that I'll choose is the option that allows me to specify the actual location of the bitmap. So I'll choose this one right here. So the one has float, left, and top. So we'll set the top left component as 0, and we'll set. Alright, so let's see what our emulator has to say. Okay, so this is what our emulator has to say, and it shows that we have a ball here, and its top left component has been set to the canvas at the position of 0, 0. So now you're asking, okay, so how do I animate it? So let's take a look at how to do that. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do when we're animating a bitmap is to have variables, or just a single variable that controls the position of the bitmap. So for the simplicity of this tutorial, I'll just be handling the x direction of the bitmap. So what we have to do is declare a variable called integer, that's an integer called x, and this x will place this 0 over here. And now we want the x direction to continuously change for the animation to occur. So I'm just going to have a couple of if statements over here. So I'm going to have if the x is less than the canvas width, what I want happening is the x position to increment by a value of 10. Otherwise, if it's greater than that, it should start back at its original location. What else I have to do is put the statement from here, put it over here. Now for this to occur continuously, I have to include the invalidate method. So what this will say is, okay, you have to redraw the canvas and the bitmap continuously, and so the animation will occur. So let's see what our emulator has to say. There you have it, folks. We have our bitmap. So initially the ball, and now it's animating, so the X position is moving. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.